Hi, my name is Melissa, and I'm a student in Dylan Jahraus' Ultimate Etsy course, and this is my testimonial. I joined the program a couple months ago. I paid for a full year up front, got a deal, and I saw a return on that investment, made all my money back through my Etsy shop in 7 weeks, and that's profit, money in my bank account. And prior to that, I had had an Etsy shop for about 5 months. And the most I had ever seen in a deposit was $117, which I credit Dylan for as well, because I was implementing her strategies because I found her on YouTube. This program has totally changed my life. I was really skeptical about paying for a course or training because there's so much information on the internet. I thought I could Google what I needed. And I figured I would take it as far as I could. But in the 5 months that I was doing it on my own, I learned a lot, but I also felt like, well, at first it seemed fine, but then I began to feel like I didn't have a plan. Like I felt like I was taking the long way around, kind of, to like find out what I needed to find out. And I was also starting to feel really lonely because I didn't know anyone else who was doing this sort of thing. And so it felt like the right decision to sign up for the coaching. And it was so much more than I expected when I logged in. It's an entire platform. There's the courses, the video content, and it's still in. It's sharply edited and like efficient and snappy the way the YouTube is. But the thing that I think distinguishes it from just doing it on your own is that there's a structure to it and that you're implementing the changes one by one, and then you're getting the feedback from not just Dylan, and yes, you do get Dylan, not just Dylan, but like all of the other coaches who are a team and working together and talking about your shop in order to make sure that you're successful. Like one of the very first things she says in like the introduction video is like, how soon do you want to see a return on investment? And as like an artist with like 2 art degrees, I have a design degree and an art degree, I had never, like nobody ever talks about it that way. And so I was like, okay, they're really invested in us making money and becoming successful. But more than that, I've just learned a lot as a creator and an entrepreneur and a business person. I've learned about design. I've learned about photography. Anytime the students are asking a question, the coaches will supplement with resources. They'll send us links, and they're always open to feedback. Like if there's something that a lot of students are asking about, they'll work really hard. Like Dylan's so open to kind of buffering us and bolstering us to make sure that we are getting our needs met. And I feel like I'm getting a crash course. There's so much material that I started making the changes and I saw progress so fast in my shop that I did not have time. I'm still on like module 2, which is like really early on. And I've got to go back and implement that. But I wish I was an octopus. That's another thing is like Dylan doesn't hold back on telling you what you need to hear, even if it might not be what you want to hear. I am someone who's a bit resistant to being a leader. Like I was hoping I could just kind of do this on my own. And one of the things she said early on was that if I have a product that was getting a little bit of traction, which one of mine was, that maybe it's time to scale and work to find a team. And she's been really helpful with that. She's so astute. And that was kind of what I needed to hear, because I was doing like, my initial reaction was to stop making that product. So yeah, it's just, she's really, I think it's rare to find someone as special as Dylan. I found her on YouTube. I resonated with her style. I liked the editing. I like that she gets to the point. She's whip smart. And she's just as quick on her feet in the coaching sessions. We have group coaching sessions with her, and it's just like, I mean, it's worthwhile just to listen to what she says to the other students, because her knowledge is vast, and she's really quick with the feedback that she gives. She's really good at kind of honing in on exactly what you need to do next, even if it's not quite the question you're asking. Like my first question, I think, was kind of jumping the gun a little bit. And she could see it right away in my shop. She said, I think the thing I would focus on. And then she went back to like the types of products that I had in my shop and my ideal customer, and took me back to basics. And I just think that having that parachute has been kind of incredible. Like, it's not something I thought I needed, but then once I logged in, I realized how badly I needed it and how valuable it is, because it saves you a ton of time. I could have done this on my own, but it probably would have taken, 5-10 years to learn all the knowledge that I'm learning in such a short period of time.